Hey, honey. I'll be leaving the office in a few minutes. This must be a dumb question, but is Amy already asleep?
She's fast asleep. She didn't have a nap during the day today, so she fell straight to sleep when I put her to bed at around 7:30.
She managed to go without a nap until the evening? Wow. Must be a sign that she's growing. I'm sad that I can't see her, but I'm so proud of her.
Well, she'll be going to preschool starting next year. It's probably about that time that we let her go without a nap after lunchtime if she's still pretty energetic. She still sometimes gets pretty sleepy, so we'll have to wean her out of it.
Oh, right. They might not give her an afternoon nap at preschool. Hearing that her routine is changing this much makes me happy that she's growing up and everything. But it's pretty lonely. She's growing up too fast.
Yeah, I know. But now she's not having any naps during the daytime. She's been having much deeper sleeps at night. Before, when I was still giving her a 2-hour nap after lunch, she wouldn't fall asleep at bedtime. She would stay up until 11, and that way you could see her when you got home from work, but it was really tough putting her to sleep. I'm just glad she's sleeping without any problems so I can have some time to myself and get some of the chores done.
That's true. But I still wish that I could see her before she falls asleep. This is why I hate working overtime. I want to go home at 6 on the dot and have some quality time with Amy before her bedtime.
You'll just have to watch her sleep when you get home.
That's not enough. I want to be able to sit down and have dinner with you guys. Give her a bath, maybe read her a book before bed. I want to spend more time with her when she's awake. Sometimes I don't even get to see her up in the morning because I have to leave early for my train.
All you can think about is spending time with Amy. You spend the entire weekend playing with her. I think that's more than enough. You'll just tire her out with how enthusiastic you are.
But I want to play with her on the weekdays too.
It must be tough having all this overtime to do. You've been really busy these past few weeks. Did someone resign, or is it just peak season?
There hasn't been any changes in the office, so I think we're just entering peak season. Looking at the previous years, it's still a little early for us to be entering peak season, but the clients want what they want.
Yeah, it's better being busy than not having anything to do at all. If you weren't this busy, you might not have a job. You can leave the house and Amy to me, so just focus on getting your work done. I'll make sure you don't have to worry about anything else.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm sorry I haven't been able to help out more with the chores lately. I'll do the washing up when I get home, so just leave everything where it is. You don't have to take stuff to the sink either. You should just focus on relaxing now that Amy's asleep.
Really? You do that? Thank you so much, John.
It's fine. At least I can do after you've been on your feet all day.
Then, do you think you can clean the bath too? I'm so exhausted. I don't think I'll be able to get up once I sit down.
Of course! I want to have a bath after I do the dishes, so I'll clean it after I get out.
Thank you. Oh, you're the best. I'm so lucky to have a husband like you. You're always willing to help me out with the housework, no matter how busy work gets. I am the luckiest woman in the world, John.
I've got to do this much, or I feel like you'll have all this pent-up frustration to throw at me at the end of the year.
Oh, come on. I won't get mad at you. You're already working so hard at the office. Aren't I a sweetheart? I'm not the kind of wife who would complain about her husband working too much and about not being home enough.
You're the best wife, and you're the best mom, too. I don't know anyone kinder than you, Sarah.
I don't know about being a good mom. If anything, I feel like I'm failing Amy.
What? Why would you think that? You're the best mom Amy could ever wish for.
Thanks, but she's already 3 and she barely speaks. Whenever we go to the park, all the other children around her age are all really chatty. Amy's the only one that's really introverted and doesn't really mingle. I feel like it's my fault and that there's something more I should do. I wonder if she's having trouble developing because I'm raising her wrong, and I get so anxious that I'm not doing good enough.
Don't say that. You and I both know that you're doing your best. She's only just turned 3. We don't know how things might turn out from now on. We just need to give her time. Once she goes to preschool, she'll spend more time with kids her age. She might come out of her shell. You never know. She might come home one day and she'll be so busy talking she won't ever stop. One of my managers mentioned that preschool is like a catalyst for making chatterboxes.
Really? She'll speak more when she starts preschool? I hope he's right.
Yeah, she'll be okay. You don't have to worry that much. You're already doing what you can. I'm not exaggerating. I think you're a great mom, Sarah. You're always taking Amy out to the park while I'm at work and spending most of the day playing with her. I think it's a good thing to take her out to see the outside world, rather than having her shut up inside all day. It's good stimulation for her. Trust me, you're already doing more than enough to make sure she grows up healthy. Let's just give her time to get used to talking.
I hope so. I just don't feel very confident when I see how different she is from the other kids. But you're right, Amy enjoys going out to play at the park, and we have a lot of fun together. She always looks so happy when I start getting her ready to go outside.
But it must be tough for you to take her out that often when you're on your own. It must be tiring having to watch her and be aware of your surroundings the entire time. You've got to carry a lot of stuff around too. How about we start letting her hold her own bag, like a rucksack or something? You can let her hold her own snacks and toys in a bag and have her get used to carrying her own things around. You don't need a bag for preschool after all.
That's a great idea. I think she'd be really happy if we gave her a bag with her favorite animal or character on it.
Yeah, you just imagine her face lighting up. You know what? I'll buy a bag on my way home from work tomorrow. I should get off early, so I'll be able to surprise her with some new present when I get home.
Really? Would you? Oh, thank you, honey. I think she'd really like that. She'll have even more fun going out to the park if she has a small backpack to carry her own stuff.
This is the worst. Sarah, I'm really sorry. I can't go off you guys on the weekend. I was asked to go on a business trip starting tomorrow. I know we promised to go out to the zoo with Amy, but I didn't have a choice.
Oh, well, that's pretty sudden. What happened? It must be pretty important if they decided to send you so suddenly.
Yeah, one of my colleagues was due to attend the trip, but he found out that a loved one passed away today. He's taking time off of work, so I've got to go in his place. I'm the only one that doesn't have any other business meetings planned for the next week, so it came down to me to cover for him.
Oh, well, when are you going to be back?
I'll be gone for 3 days. It's a 2-night stay at a hotel near the client's office out of state. I'm sorry I ruined our plans. I know that you and Amy have been looking forward to this weekend.
Oh, it's not your fault, John. It's okay. Do your best at work. We can always go out as a family some other time.
Damn it! I was really looking forward to taking you both out to the zoo. We haven't had much good weather recently, so I was hoping we can make the most of the clear skies this weekend. It was supposed to be really sunny, and the perfect temperature for going to the zoo. It would have been the best day out. I was hoping we could buy something and eat it at the park afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Apparently the weather's only going to hold this weekend, and it'll start raining again next week. It would be a shame to keep Amy cooped up inside when it's such good weather, so how about I take her out? I want to use the backpack you bought for her because she hasn't had the chance to use it ever since you bought it.
Yeah, go ahead and use it. Can you send me some pictures of her using it while you're out to cheer me up?
Yeah, of course I will. She'll look so cute running around with it on her back. Don't kids look sweet when they're using a backpack that's a bit too big for them? Amy looks like she really likes the backpack too. I bet I'll be able to take some lovely pictures of her.
Did you notice the little name tag I put in the front pocket? It's got her name and our phone numbers written on it, so if she gets lost, any adult that comes across her will be able to contact us. Though, it'll be best if she doesn't get lost at all. I think my heart would stop if I realized she had wandered away from us.
Yeah, I think it's really useful too. We don't know if she'll ever be able to say her own name if she ever ended up in a situation like that, so we just have to hope that a good Samaritan will check her backpack. I'd feel much better knowing that she has this name tag with her if she did get lost.
Right? Where do you think you'll go tomorrow? Or are you going to stick to going to the zoo?
I thought about going somewhere else and saving the zoo for when you're next free, but Amy really wants to see the elephants, so I think it's best to stick to the original plan. It's a lot more affordable than going to a theme park or the aquarium.
So jealous. I want to go with you both so badly. Will you please send me pictures of you going around the zoo?
Of course. It's a shame you can't come with us, but we'll make sure we have a lot of fun regardless.
Hey, Sarah. How's the zoo? Are you guys having fun?
Yeah, we're both having so much fun. Amy really loves the backpack you bought for her. She wouldn't take it off, even when we sat down on a bench to have our snacks. She's so adorable, John.
Sarah? Tell me the truth. Where are you?
Huh? What do you mean? We're at the zoo.
I mean, I don't want to hear your lies. Tell me where you really are.
What? I'm not lying to you. Why would you think that?
Because you are lying. I know that you and Amy aren't at the zoo. You want to know how I know? I'm at the hospital. Can you guess what I'm doing here?
What? The hospital? What happened? Are you okay?
I'm doing fine. But I got a call from the hospital saying that I should come here ASAP. So I rushed back from my business trip. I was told that Amy was rushed to the hospital after being hit by a cyclist. You were supposed to be with her. Why don't you know what happened to our daughter, Sarah? Where are you?
You're kidding.
You really think I'd kid about my little girl being in the hospital? She's right here, right in front of me, lying in a hospital bed with bruises and scratches all over her face. And those aren't the only injuries she's sustained. She's been put to sleep, so I haven't been able to talk to her, but I'm pretty sure she must be in a lot of pain.
What? Is she okay?
Apparently, she hit her head pretty hard, so she's had emergency surgery. The surgery went well, and the doctor said that she'd be out of the woods, but they still gotta monitor her closely because she's so young. The hospital should have called you a few times since Amy was first brought here this morning. Didn't you notice anything?
I knew that I had gotten a few calls. There might have been about 10 notifications, but they were all from a number I didn't know. I always ignore unfamiliar numbers, so I just left it.
If you had gotten that many phone calls, then maybe you should have thought it was an emergency and answered. Anyway, back to my first question. Where are you, Sarah? If you left our daughter home alone and wasn't aware of her leaving the house, then it must have been a pretty important errand for you had to run. You even went to the trouble of photoshopping a photo of Amy to make it look like she was at the zoo? For an alibi, I guess? Was it something you can't talk to me about?
I'm sorry. I lied to you. I was actually out with some friends. I just wanted to take some time away from being a mom and wanted time to myself, to not have to worry about anything.
You left her alone because you wanted to go out with your friends? Why would you make such a big deal of lying just to go out with some friends? Why did you have to make that photo just to trick me into thinking you went to the zoo? You could have just told me you wanted to go out with your friends. I wouldn't have stopped you. Did you really think that I would get angry because you said you wanted to spend some time away from the house?
How should I know? You're always so caring and thoughtful, but I thought that it might be because I always put Amy first. I thought you might be upset if I said I wanted to put myself first sometimes.
If you had told me, I would have found someone to babysit Amy. I would have asked my parents to watch her. Why did you leave a 3-year-old all on her own?
I'm sorry, I was stupid. I didn't think that she would get into an accident like that. But how come the hospital knows our phone numbers?
Apparently, Amy was wearing the rucksack I brought for her when she was hit by the bike. One of the doctors checked her bag for contact information and found that name tag I put in her front pocket. I didn't expect it to come in handy this fast, but it's a good thing I prepared that name tag. Otherwise, it would have taken the doctors much longer to get in touch with us.
What? Why was she carrying her backpack?
How should I know? I'm the one that wants to know why. I doubt Amy would be able to tell us if I asked her, since she can't even speak as well as the other kids her age can. But I've got a theory in mind. I was told that Amy had her accident on a road not far from where we live. That probably means that she snuck out of the house on her own.
What? How is that possible? I asked a mom friend to take care of her. How could she have let Amy out of the house so easily?
Are you really gonna pin the blame on someone else when you're the one that left Amy behind without telling me? I take my words back from the other day. You're a terrible mother. You were just tricking me into thinking that you were a great mom.
I know that. I don't need you telling me. I know that I was being stupid. I really regret not being with her. I should never have done this. I should have stayed by Amy's side. This would have never happened if I was with her.
I'll message you the address of the hospital we're in, so hurry up. You should come and see Amy right now. You should see what you did to our daughter with your own eyes. Hey, how long is it going to take you to come and see Amy? Where are you? It's already been an hour since I sent you the hospital address.
I know. I'm trying to get there as fast as possible.
How much longer is it going to take you to get here?
About 2 hours, I think.
What? 2 hours? You left Amy and went somewhere that's 3 hours drive away? You're kidding me, right? Where the hell did you and your friends go?
We're just visiting California.
Quit screwing around with me, Sarah.
I'm sorry.
You left Amy alone to go on a road trip to California with your friends? What the hell is wrong with you? Don't tell me you were planning on leaving her here alone for a few days while I was gone. I trusted you to take care of her while I was on my business trip. How would you suddenly plan a road trip after finding out that I would be away?
I was only going to be away for one night, I swear.
So what? You must be out of your mind if you think that's okay. Just because you were only planning to be away just for one night? How could you leave a 3-year-old to stay at home on her own? Where the hell is this friend that you said you left with her? Did you lie about that too? Kids need supervision 24/7. You don't know what they might do when you look away for 1 second, and you thought it was okay to leave her alone for 2 whole days?
I didn't lie. I asked a mom friend if they would go and check in on Amy every now and then and see if she's okay.
What's the point if she's not watching Amy the entire time? It's been hours since Amy's accident, and your friend still hasn't realized that Amy's missing. They probably haven't even bothered to check up on her.
That's not true. She probably has checked. I just haven't gotten any calls because I didn't have any signal during part of the drive here.
Right. But I guess we know why Amy left the house. You must have left the door unlocked, and she must have gone out looking for you. Or she might have been thinking about going to the zoo by herself. Don't you feel sorry for her at all? She must have been terrified. Just thinking about how lonely and scared she must have been makes me feel like my heart's being ripped out of my chest.
You don't have to guilt trip me like that. I feel bad enough already. I want to say sorry to her as soon as I see her. I should have turned my friends down when they invited me on this trip.
Your friends? You know what? I don't trust you. I want your friends' names and numbers, and I'm going to call them and ask them if you really did go on this trip together.
What? I can't do that. Why can't you just believe what I'm saying to you? Even if you are my husband, I don't think they'd want a random man knowing their phone numbers.
Why should I care? I don't trust what you're saying, and the only way you can prove that you really were with your friends is by letting me call and check them myself. They're partially to blame for inviting you on their world trip without any thought for Amy.
They didn't know that you were going on a business trip. They thought that you were going to watch Amy for the weekend.
I don't care. Just let me talk to them. I can't believe a word you say anymore.
Why are you doubting me so much?
Are you really with your friends? Judging by the way you're acting, I'm starting to think that you're hiding something from me. Are you lying to me because you were having an affair?
No! I know you don't believe me right now, but I would never betray you like that.
Really? Do you swear on that?
Yes, I swear, you've got to trust me. I get that you're finding it hard to believe what I'm saying because I lied to you, but I am telling the truth. I love you. That's the truth. I've never lied to you about that.
I just can't believe you anymore. Everything you say sounds like a lie.
Why won't you let me see Amy? I'm right outside the hospital room. Please, you've got to let me see if she's okay.
I don't want to. I'm not letting you anywhere near Amy ever again. This is all your fault.
What? I said sorry. I apologized for everything. Please, I just want to take a look at her. I'll leave as soon as I see her.
No. I found out that you're lying about something else.
What are you talking about? I haven't lied about anything else.
I found out who you're with, Sarah. It was your ex, right? I heard that you were dating a really troublesome guy before you met me. And you got back together with him, didn't you?
How do you know about my ex? I've never told you about him.
I called your parents an hour ago. I told them you left Amy to go on a holiday, and she had an accident while you were gone. I mentioned that you were going to California, and your parents seemed to know where you were really headed. They remembered that you and that ex often went to California on the weekend. They warned me that you were probably having an affair with your ex.
What? That's not true. I just went to California because my friends wanted to. It's a coincidence. I haven't spoken to my ex in years.
They also told me that your ex works as a freelance photographer. That explains the Photoshop picture of Amy at the zoo that you used for your alibi. I bet photographers must be pretty skilled at that sort of editing.
What? My parents are just confused. I really haven't been having an affair. Please, believe me.
It's too late. You should tell your ex not to upload pictures to social media when he's on a road trip with a married woman.
No. Did you look up his social media?
It came up as soon as I searched his name. He's already uploaded several pictures of his trip with you in Cali. Don't you think that's too much of a coincidence? You can't explain your way out of this, Sarah. Or do you want me to do some more digging? I think I'll be able to find more pictures of you on his page if I keep scrolling.
I'm sorry. I knew that I was doing the wrong thing, but I couldn't help it. He just asked if we could meet up, and I just wanted to talk. We had a really bad breakup, and I couldn't forget about him. I just wanted closure, that's all.
When did you get that message from your ex?
About a year ago?
I thought it was strange that you could leave Amy alone for so long. This isn't the first time you've neglected her, is it?
What?
I don't think you could suddenly decide to leave her alone for 2 whole days. You probably started out by leaving her at home for an hour at a time, and just increased the amount of time you left her alone because, miraculously, nothing happened to her up until now.
Yeah. It looked like she had gotten used to it and didn't really mind, and I wanted to spend more and more time with him. I couldn't help myself.
So now we know why Amy's been having trouble talking. It's all your fault. Of course she'd have trouble learning how to talk if she's been left alone for that long. Stress and loneliness has probably played a big part in her development too. Either way, it's pretty clear that you're just causing more harm than good to our daughter. I can't trust you with her anymore. I want a divorce, Sarah.
Wait, I've broken up with my ex. I promise that I'll never go to meet him ever again.
That doesn't matter anymore. I don't trust you and I can't ever leave you alone with Amy.
Please, can't you think about this? I don't want a divorce. I can't lose Amy. Don't take her away from me.
That's a misunderstanding. I'm not taking her away from you. You abandoned her. Amy and I were just in the way of your affair. Well, now we're not going to get in your way. Go ahead and go on as many trips as you want with your boyfriend. After that, I broke up with my wife and took full custody of our daughter. It took a long time fighting for custody in court because Sarah was being so stubborn, and tried to make it seem as though I wasn't fit to take care of Amy on my own. But in the end, I got the advantage when I produced proof that she had been neglecting Amy on a regular basis, and proved that her recklessness was the reason why Amy got hurt. I finally got full custody of my daughter, and started living together with her in a new apartment away from the house we had been living in with my ex-wife. After that, I heard that Amy had tried appealing to her parents for help, but they were too shocked by what she had done, and refused to help her. I heard that they even cut ties with her. My ex-wife lost everything and ended up going back to the ex-boyfriend she had been cheating on me with. However, it seems that he only wanted her for the money she was spending on him, which she had been taking from my bank account, and he eventually dumped her for another woman too. He turned out to be the ass I expected him to be, and I thought that my in-laws' decision to break them up when they were together was the correct one. As for my daughter, she recovered from the accident without any long-term effects on her health. She's already running around and is really happy. But even if she looks bright and cheerful, there's no knowing the amount of psychological damage she suffered from being left alone so often. Ever since the divorce, I've made an effort to make more time for my daughter. Thankfully, it didn't take long for her to start talking properly, and now, she's talking just as much as other kids her age do. Sarah had no regard for Amy's future when she abandoned our daughter to go on dates with her ex. She can't call herself a good parent now that she's caused so much damage to Amy's development. I'll never be able to forgive her for that, no matter what punishment comes her way in the future.